All right, what's going on, y'all? It's A1 Andre back with another video today. Now, if you follow Mike Wang, then you know that he's the head gameplay director over at 2K. And Mike Wang's been putting out a lot of information regarding 2K22 in the courtside reports as well as his tweets. But in the past few days, Mike Wang's been tweeting a lot with his Twitter fingers because he does that every year and tweets a lot, you know, right before the game comes out. But I'm not going to be reading the tweets from about, you know, August 31st or August the 30th because in those 2 days, he basically tweeted about what was in the courtside report already and just, you know, elaborated on what was in the courtside report for courtside report 5. So instead, what I'm going to be doing in this video is talking about the new tweets he put out on September the 1st and September the 2nd, which is the second batch of tweets he put out, talking about things that he didn't really talk about in the courtside report that much. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today in this video. So anyway, before the video continues, I'm going to say right now, if you're new to the channel, leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel as well, you know what I'm saying, join the ride and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying. Yes, I said join the ride because we riding this one out to, you know, 5,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 5,000 before December. But anyway, y'all, with that being said, let's not waste any more time and get on into it. So we're gonna head on over to Twitter real quick. So yeah, let's jump into it. Now for these Mike Wang tweets, we starting from the bottom and working our way up because it's only right, because you know we got to start from, you know, the other day and then work our way up. So anyway, the first tweet comes from my guy named Damon Crittenden. I don't know what his name is. I'm not trying to butcher it that much, but anyway, he asked Mike Wang. And by the way, the tweets that I really, you know, liked or whatever is the tweets that's gonna be, you know, the ones I'm talking about because those are the most important ones to me. But anyway, he asked Mike Wang, "I'm not hearing anything about rim protection. Is there any badges to help that?" Mike replied, "Intimidator and Rim Protector are the two main badges for rim protection. Paint defense is probably in my top 5 2K22 upgrades this year. Blocking is miles better than it has been in the past." Now, although Mike Wang did talk about blocking in the courtside report for courtside report 5, he didn't really say that before about how it was in his top 5 or whatever. And I know he's probably just saying that to sell the game or whatever, but I feel like that's really interesting because I had no idea that that was going to be the case. Because in 2K21 Next Gen, if y'all remember, Mike Wang said that to get blocks in the paint, you needed a high attribute of, like, what was it? Interior defense, and I think it was interior block or something like that, or just blocking in the paint or whatever. So this time around, he's saying it's more, I guess, badge heavy when it comes to not getting dunked on and all that stuff. So I find that really interesting that Mike Wang said that, and I find it interesting that he's talking about how badges is going to be more, you know, put into play this time around to not get dunked on versus last year. It was more so about your attributes. So I'm guessing that means it's more badge heavy. I don't really know for certain, but that's what I can guess from this little tweet that he put out. All right, and the next tweet comes from Power DF, and he asked Mike Wang, he says, "Mike, could we get some clarification? What's a well-timed shot? Is it slightly late or slightly early well-timed or poorly timed? What's the distinction here?" Mike Wang replied, "If you cut the make window into 4 equal pieces, the 2 outer pieces, which is early and late, get an extra penalty. The 2 inner pieces, which is slightly early / slightly late, get an extra bonus. Excellent is a guaranteed make, and very early / very late outside the make window is guaranteed a miss." So he's talking about, of course, the new shot meter, because there was a little, you know, diagram that was put out yesterday in my video I put out yesterday about how I think it was Toasted to make that little diagram talking about the little 4 little pieces where the shot meter can show like how you can miss and all that stuff. And there was 3 arrows pointing to it, but there was no 4th arrow. So this is basically what Mike Wang's talking about. So he's explaining basically how it works with the whole shot meter now with the new, you know, 2K22 shot meter. So I thought that was, you know, very interesting that he actually explained that more in detail, because I was curious about that myself because there was no 4th arrow in that little diagram. But anyway, going to the next tweet. Going to the next tweet, I thought this was funny right here, you know what I'm saying? I thought this was real funny because this right here is something, matter of fact, I'll just roll it for y'all so I can see for yourself.
Mike Wang, I just want to know, I shouldn't be going 5 for 42 on a tools court, man. I'm releasing that bitch on time, man. I release it slow, it don't go in. I release it fast, the bitch still don't go in. Mike Wang, you gotta fix this shit, man. You gotta fix this, man. This don't make no goddamn sense, man. I lost my damn voice yelling at my motherfucking screen all day. I done lost my motherfucking voice yelling at that goddamn game. I gotta tell my motherfucking editor to take out all the shots of me missing because the motherfucking video can look good. They purposely leaving me open, Mike Wang. I got a 91 3 ball, and these niggas are purposely leaving me open at the 3-point line because they know I'm about to miss this motherfucker, man. Come on, Mike Wang. Let's fix the shooting, dog. We gotta fix the shooting. Come on.
And if y'all ain't know, he's talking about the shooting for 2K21 current gen, not next gen, because in current gen, the shooting in that game was so terrible. I've been saying that in my older videos, I don't know how many times now, and I've been saying plenty of times that in 2K21 current gen, that I used to have a 90 open 3, and I used to have boost on as well, and flexible release, and I would still miss my jump shots. I would shoot like 3 foot. Matter of fact, I don't need to even explain this. If you see my older videos, you see the B-roll in the background from my older videos. You see what I'm talking about. You see me missing shots in my older videos for 2K21 current gen. So I stopped playing that game. You know what I'm saying? I stopped playing both games, but I played 2K21 next gen probably more than current. Well, I ain't gonna say more than that, but my point is, you see the old videos of me missing shots left and right in 2K21 current gen, because the shooting in that game was the worst it's ever been in any 2K game that I've ever played, because that was just terrible. That was abysmal. So he's complaining about the same thing I'm complaining about, so I feel a lot better than, I'm not the only one that's complaining about that, because the shooting in that game was terrible. So I'm glad I'm not alone on that. So that's what he's talking about, current gen, not next gen, for 21. So anyway, on to the next tweet. And the next tweet comes from Raph Henry. He asked Mike Wang, he says, how is floaters this year? Or the mid-range game in general? Mike replied, floaters are much more useful this year. Open middies are cash. So that's good to know. I guess because, well, really, when I used to play in 2K21 current gen, a little bit that I did play that game, and 21 next gen, floaters used to miss left and right for me. I didn't know if that's because I didn't have Teardropper on as a badge. I think Teardropper wasn't a badge in those games. I can't really remember. But anyway, I had good layup ratings and all that stuff, and I still would miss on, like, floaters left and right. So floaters was a problem from what I can remember in 21 current and next gen. So I'm glad that that's now fixed. All right, our next tweet comes from Irv Gotti. He asked Mike Wang, are better steal animations unlocked after a certain threshold is met for steal ratings? And Mike replied, in new gen, yes. The steal rating is much more important for steal success this year. So from what Mike Wang just said, or what he just tweeted or whatever, that's telling me that in 2K22 current gen, the steal system is still the same as it was for 2K21 current gen, because it's current gen. I feel like that's a problem because stealing was way too easy in current gen for 21. People spam square left and right, or X if you on Xbox, they would just spam the steal button left and right, and it took no steal to get steals. So that's bad for the current gen community, but for next gen, that's good that, for 2K22 next gen, that's now fixed. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'm mainly probably gonna be playing 22 next gen over current gen. Really just depends on which game is better, to be honest with y'all, because I'm pretty sure one game is gonna be better than the other. So I mean, I don't really know how it's gonna go, but I wish that stealing would be the same for both games. But it just goes back to what I was saying earlier about how both games can't be the same, because Mike Wang talked about how both of the animations is gonna be the same on both games and all that stuff. And this goes to show that it's not completely true, because as you see right here, Mike Wang says, it's not gonna be the same on 22 current gen as next gen. So I don't know how I feel about that. No, wait, but then again, Mike Wang said that the animations was gonna be the same, but the intricacies was going to be different with, like, how the foot planting was and all that stuff. So he said basically that the gameplay was going to be the same but different at the same time with 22 current and next gen. So I don't know how to feel on this, because if the gameplay is going to be the same in terms of the actual animations, then wouldn't that mean that the steal animations will be the same on both games also? So how is it going to be only, the same animations on next gen but not, what? Like, I don't understand that. How's it going to be different animations on next gen than current gen from what he just said with this whole steal thing? I'm kind of confused on that. So I think Mike Wang is kind of stretching the truth a little bit, like he usually does, because he just said right here that stealing success is going to be different on next gen than current gen. But then he said earlier in a previous post on Courtside Report 5 that both current gen 22 and next gen 22 was going to have the same animations, but the intricacies was going to be a little bit different when it comes to, like, foot planting and all that stuff, because they couldn't put both, intricacies with, like, foot planting on both current and next gen for, reasons that, they're both two console generations that are different, and one's less powerful than the other with, like, memory and all that stuff. So I'm kind of confused on that. So I don't know. I want to see how that goes when the game come out. But anyway, 2-5 asks Mike Wang, or tells Mike Wang, so what's up with my player builder on the current gen? Will we still get pie charts or no? Mike replies, yes, there are pie charts in current gen builder. Some new pies were added. So does that mean we get custom pies? No, it doesn't. So honestly, I like the builder concept over the pie chart concept, because the builder gives you more space and freedom. However, 2K did not implement the builder right last year for 21 next gen. So if they implement the builder better than they had it, last year, then I like the builder system better than the pie chart system, in my honest opinion. But anyway, on to the next tweet. And the last tweet that I wanted to point out came from a guy named Win, and he asked Mike Wang, or told Mike Wang, all I ask for / hope for is playing on-ball defense in the H2H is more beneficial if you're good at defense than playing off the ball. Okay, Mike replied, there's a significant boost to shot defense, body up resolutions, etc. when making control by the player. Okay, so basically what he's saying is you get a boost for playing on ball, against your opponent rather than letting your AI do it for you. Or in play now, because a lot of times when I would play now and my opponent would just let the AI guard him for him, I'll get mad at that, because it's like you being lazy, you just, using them as a cop out because you don't want to play defense yourself because you're scared. So I'm glad Mike Wang said that. But anyway, you guys, that's all the tweets I wanted to show for today, because all the other tweets was just like, like I said, recap stuff from Courtside Report 5. So I just want to talk about our new stuff that was, not as much related to Courtside Report 5 and more so about new stuff that he didn't talk about already. So anyway, with that being said, it's going to do it for the video, like I said. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like down below if you liked any information I gave y'all. Also, if you're brand new, hit the subscribe button. I post videos like this whenever news and information comes out on 2K22. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.